We have Amazon Capital Services, $51.33. Office supplies. Penrod Excavating. I don't have the right glasses. $6,153.40 for the new Honey Creek. $17,574.70 in the fund. Blackford County, $12,201.53 outgoing joint drain. Huntington County, $945.84 outgoing joint drain. Wabash County, $1,819.80 outgoing joint drain. Howard County, $10,177.23 outgoing joint drain. Wells County, $459.22 outgoing drain. You have a motion on those claims?
I'll make a motion to pay these claims.
Second.
I would like to add that on the Penrod Excavating on New Honey Creek, that's holding 15% back until they get the spoil level. That's not the total bid, but they are done except for leveling the spoil.
Okay.
This is a real good job. It's a new contractor out of Montpelier.
Good.
Does Howard County have to get our approval on, sending bills to Grant County
For what?
for ground? They're doing a ditch over there, they sent us a bill for,
The little Pipe Creek of Howard County, that's the one you're talking? Yeah, they have the majority of the ditch, so they're in control of it. They didn't ask, since I've been there, as far as whether we was waiving the rights, but Gordon went to the town hall meeting, what, a year and a half ago?
Well,
A year ago?
probably 2 years ago now.
But they just got through the process and they're putting a ditch tax on Little Pipe of Howard County, and we collect it and then send it to them.
Because part of it's in Grant County?
Yes, part of the watershed,
but Grant County collects it.
yes, and then sends it to them. Kind of like we do on Barron Creek, we collect it from Delaware County, and they collect from Barron Creek in Delaware, but then they send us the money, same we're doing to them.
Probably if the Madison County on Big Deer, probably Madison County sends
Right.
us money.
Uh-huh.
They're supposed to.
Yeah. Yeah.
We got them to cooperate on Little Court.
Yeah.
Okay, Pat, move that we accept the claims. Kenny seconded. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Okay, next one, Kenny's to abstain on these. Kate's Brothers, $600 on Pipe Creek, $162,606.21 in the fund. Cook Excavating, $2,075, that's on Pipe Creek. Another $162,606.21 in the fund.
Is this log jams or you gonna?
Yeah, the first one is by Sims Franklin, where it's close to Pipe Creek. Out there, I presume, is where they got the log jam out. And then Cook's is north of Sweetser on logs that he got out. He's burning them up from being piled previously. He's cleaning up the mess.
I make a motion we pay these two claims as presented.
I'll second.
Gordon moved to accept claims, Pat seconded. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Abstaining.
Abstain.
Move on to old business. Stobie Climber Coleman discussion.
It comes from that.
Nothing?
Across.
Potter Tile, David Morgan, received quotes. Got some new quotes.
Should have quotes.
Yeah.
I got from Rogers, Worrells, and
Redmond.
Okay.
No, she's got holes in the front of her property down by the ditch.
Go read them?
Or Rogers, first.
Rogers is the lowest.
Yeah, I should,
Okay, we got
Lowest.
3 different quotes twice, one with stone and one without. Rogers this is without stone, $76,275. H&W is without is, get the right one. Oh, 76,500 without stone. Guess it's on one sheet, isn't it? And then Redmond's is 78,700. So they're all real close. Rogers is the cheapest. And then we have with stone. Which is, Rogers is 85,275. H&W is 88,875. Redmond's is 92,550. Do you need stone or not?
According to the tile engineer and according to the installer, no. If there's the correct radius of buckets on the bottom of the wheel,
Okay.
180-degree bottom is what they call it for that. But
So do you want stone or no?
I don't want the mess of stone. If it was done correct, if it was done in a clean way, it would be all right. I understand that, it's not gonna hurt anything, but it's the county's fund,
Uh-huh.
and we're always limited by funds,
well, it's your funds.
right? But it's a big
Do you happen to know what's in that
watershed,
fund?
No, I do not. Yes, 103,000
Okay.
with another 14,000 coming in this fall.
Okay. 117, basically.
Yes.
What's your guys' flavor? Any more questions for Mr. Morgan?
If he's satisfied with no stone, and I know that some guys do it and some guys don't, so I guess it depends on who's installing it, so.
They've had Scott a couple times.
Oh, yeah.
Just let Scott do it.
Yeah, he's cheapest, I mean, right, he was cheaper,
Scott, yeah.
With or without stuff.
yeah.
Yeah, either way.
Do we let them decide whether they do stone or not stone? It's the landowners.
Yeah. I'd say that's kind of your decision, which way we go, stone or no.
Not gonna hurt anything.
So you want it?
If it's
You
handled
feel,
correctly.
you feel it'll give the tile longer longevity?
I don't see, it could only help the longevity. The engineer, will say it doesn't have to be done if it's got the correct radius at the bottom. But you're talking
Yeah.
100+ years, the old one's over 100 years old, so
Yeah.
it's a small amount for that kind of timeline.
Yeah, we want to talk $9,000.
Cheap insurance for that,
Yeah.
for that number of years.
$2 a foot for that. Yeah, it could last longer.
But we don't know it's gonna last long.
No.
We don't, I think the jury's still out on plastic. I mean, they're doing a lot of plastic, but.
The one that's in there 100 years didn't have stone
I
around it.
know.
Wasn't plastic though, was
Yeah, but plastic. We won't know how it's going.
Yeah, it won't be our problem.
They got
It's not gonna hurt
the,
anything.
Stone would only help the drainage.
Huh?
I said the stone would only help the drainage.
Yeah.
Ratco wants stone.
Well, I know, but there, one guy does this,
Yeah, one guy wants it, one guy doesn't.
and
What's the stone got to do with
$9,000 difference,
it?
9,000.
Yeah,
There's between who?
Scott's bid.
it's 9,000 difference.
Without stone, that's with stone. Scott Rogers. They're trying to decide whether they should put stone or not.
Oh, yes, yes.
is it our decision? I guess it is, but
Yeah,
I would like the feedback.
well, we got his feedback.
Okay. He wants it stone.
And that's the only feedback we got.
Yeah, that's the only feedback to go
Rogers
by.
put on his quote, did you see the notes there? Note 2, you have the same quote I do on Scott Rogers'.
Next summer?
Well, my note 2 says that he would be installing it with a certain special buckets that gives it the bottom 180-degree radius. That would eliminate the need for stone. That's-
So he wants to do it without stone.
That's his position, is that it would not need it.
I said forget the stone.
I
Yeah.
know that's where he is.
If Scott's been doing it all his
He
life.
knows more about it than we do.
Yeah. He says it doesn't need stone. and it doesn't sound- Roger says it doesn't need stone.
There's a bunch of trees up there. How close is it to the trees?
It's not, it's just through the field. It'll all be out in the field.
It's all out here north of the road, this stretch. North of 400. That's the stretch he's putting in, it's not in the trees.
It's north of Fort Bolton.
Yes,
Where it did stretch to the trees, right?
right.
That's right there, does.
But he's north. He's not in-
Do you remember, was the stretch to the trees put in with stone?
I do not remember.
Do you know? Was the stretch to the trees put in with stone?
Remember that? The 70s? No, was the stretch through the woods put in with stone? I don't remember that.
I would say not.
I would say not to.
Okay,
Is that the one that had to replace?
yeah.
You had something that went bad.
Yes,
We don't know
It
why.
collapsed
collapsed, yeah.
because no stone.
That was on bigger
I
tile.
still think there was single wall tile in there.
That may be it too, yeah, because the pieces that got pulled out were single wall.
Yeah.
That was a dual wall.
Yeah.
I remember going out with Jim when the pieces were still piled out there and then it was single wall.
Yeah.
That was the problem. Wasn't stone missing.
And you're putting dual wall smoothing.
Yes. Yes. I spoke to a Fratco engineer a couple years ago and they said what Scott Rogers said. They reiterated the same thing. But
Everybody's
it's a,
labor.
Did you say you did with stone or not? I'm gonna put you on the hot seat.
The engineer and the tile man said that he doesn't need it,
Yeah.
but he wouldn't mind if it was there.
not gonna hurt anything. If it's handled correctly, it's not a mess. and
That sounds like Scott is planning on handling it, right?
He has the capability of doing it, he told me, if the board requires it.
Less chance of being a problem if you put stone to start with.
Yeah.
I don't give a fuck, that's you guys' choice.
Is it good, do we got enough money to do it with stone?
Yes.
I'm making motion we let Scott Rogers do it with stone.
I'll second it.
Been moved and seconded, we accept the bid from Scott Rogers to backfill with stone for,
He knows what he's doing.
$85,275. Any more discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Guess we're doing it with stone.
All right, thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. Any other old business we need to go over? Raymond?
I don't think, not unless you're wanting to, I have many other directions that I've looked at, but I don't know if you guys want to talk about all of them.
There's nothing else on the agenda for old business. Any new business? Any other business? We talk about this Sims thing?
Sims got Sims under control, got it under control.
Yeah. Getting investigated and opened.
You good with that for now? Okay, guess we'll move on to the
Jesse Tippy.
Jesse Tippy. I don't know what this is. Oh, those are the bills going out. Okay. Our secretary had to go home. She didn't feel well, and our normal chairman is busy at work, so I'm just kind of muddling through. Gotta sign that. Okay. Public hearing on the Jesse Tippy. Got a note,
We signed this after.
yeah,
Yeah, okay.
got a note that there were no written objections. So, you want to tell us anything about it, Raymond?
The Jesse Tippy is a field tile that is on the south of 200 North in, oh my, township.
Washington?
Is it Washington Township? And the residents near their home sites, east and west of the Jesse Tippy, that the tile was not included on the maintenance for Jesse Tippy. And the intent is to combine the two so that the fund can work on the tile behind the houses and keep it opened. And on the Jesse Tippy field tile, also, that is the intent, is to combine the two to make one regulated ditch being the Jesse Tippy and tributaries. That's all I got.
Okay.
There's all these people.
I'm presuming homeowners.
Yeah, do we have any comments from the public? Come to the podium, state your name and address,
You
and
have to go very long. No, to the thing, Mom. Yeah.
yeah, if you go to the microphone, please.
You have sign-in sheets to help.
I don't know if there is or not. State your name and address, please.
My name is Diana Harris, Herres, and I live at 3490 East, 200 North. And I got the papers in the mail last week, and I don't know anything about who's doing what, or what. They sent me a letter and nobody notified me. I've lived out there almost 50 years. And now they're telling me they need to drill on my property on the back. But what I'm on high ground. I don't get any flooding.
Okay.
The only thing I get is where, when they pump their basements, it runs out across.
It'd be coming from the east side of her house, where they pump, or the west side of her house, when they pump their basement and everything out. It floods the access to Blenn's Field in between the houses, which is washing out down at the ditch by the road in front of her house.
Okay.
But I own an acre on the back too, behind my house.
I think the main problem is some of the septic systems aren't working because the drain is plugged up and they're wanting to replace the drain.
Mine works.
Well, yours works, but your neighbors might not.
Those properties have flooded ever since we moved there when I
See,
was
that's the
13.
problem.
I was 13 when we moved there.
Nobody's ever wanted to do anything about it before. Now, Mr. Blinn wants to try to get it fixed.
It's Blenn's drainage that's
Yeah.
coming up through there doing
Yeah.
it. The neighbor on the west side of her, she has a trench on her back acre where his field drains have washed out her, completely washed out a 6 foot deep trench
Yeah.
in her yard.
Is that where the tile is?
And I don't understand why the residents have to pay for it when it's his drainage.
The tile that runs behind the houses isn't Blenn's drainage that's coming your way. That's from the other houses. Blenn's drainage comes through I wish I had the name of the person.
It belongs to D Love, I believe.
Where,
It's next to us, that's on the west side of her house in the back. That, I think, belongs to D Love.
okay.
Her daughter Cody Coates or something lives there.
The neighbor that's pumping out their basement, if the tile behind your house was working, their water would be going into that tile and it wouldn't be coming into your yard. That tile that runs on the back side of the property isn't working like it should.
Yeah, but the tile on the back has nothing to do with the tile on the front. Because my house I don't have any flooding.
No, but if you're on the hill, your water still goes somewhere. When it rains, your water,
There's no tile in the front. They left that an open ditch that they failed to dig out from.
but you're being charged for the water that falls on your lot, just like your neighbor would be charged for what falls on their lot. And so on down the line, everybody gets charged for the same amount because the water all ends up in the same place. The water all goes down to the Jesse Tippy where it crosses 200 and goes to the north. And there's a tile that connects to that and runs behind all the houses.
And they say it's plugged on my property.
It had been in the past, but we've been able to go out there with a jetter and they've used the jetter and got that line opened up. When one gentleman put in his pole barn, he hit it with one of his poles. And they redirected it around the building when they found it. So that tile eventually needs to be replaced, and that's the only outlet that you guys have for your basements, crawl spaces, perimeter
Why should I
drains.
have to pay taxes
It
on
doesn't
it?
have anything to do with her property because it's on the back end of her first acre. Nothing of ours is.
Where does her perimeter drain?
Yeah, where's her septic system go?
Septic system runs on the west side of her house and towards the front.
But the perimeter drain around it probably goes back to the back tile.
The perimeter drain all goes
Comes off of Blinn.
down and
Goes to the south.
it goes to the west.
Your water goes to the same place where this all goes, and
Yeah.
I can't. You're in the watershed, and that's why you're getting charged, is because your water goes to the same place as the others, and in order to keep up with the tile expenses, there has to be a fund. The only fund that is created to work on the tile or the drainage in that area is the people that drain into that drain,
Well, they should have done that when they sold the lots.
but they didn't. That was a private
We have to
drain.
pay for his mistake.
To get drainage, yes.
Yep.
I mean, it's to drain your lot and people to the west of you to drain. It's for everybody's benefit, and your water can go into just as well as their water, so you get charged the same rate they do.
Well, why didn't they finish putting the tile in out along the road? They never finished it.
Don't know.
I don't know about a tile along the road.
Where the ditch is, and where the tile goes underneath the road,
Underneath 200?
it goes underneath 200, and then it's supposed to go across
To her side.
350 from the east to the west, or west to the east, and there's no tile down through there neither. It's just an open ditch, and then there's a tile that runs underneath 200 right at 350.
Okay. I'm not aware of I did not study the road frontage part.
Because that's where it all floods, is out front.
But this tile that is in this is in the back of the yard, and part of your water goes this direction also.
How many houses we got in there?
How do we get paperwork that shows where all this is tied into that? Where her property drains are tied into this? Because I don't believe they are.
You don't believe any of
I don't believe any of her drainage is tied into
that
that.
goes to
It's the original farmhouse to that property.
Even if the lay of the ground has water going that direction, it still is part of the watershed.
How many houses is out there?
13 total.
Because it's the highest property out there of all.
Okay.
And as far, all of my understanding from all the years that we've lived there, the basement is just, it's like a dirt crawl space, and it's my knowledge it all goes towards the road. I really don't believe that we're hooked into that drainage tile.
You wouldn't have to be necessarily hooked into it as if part of the water from the property goes to it. I'm gonna see if you'll point out which house is yours, if you would, please.
It's the old original farmhouse to all of that land,
Where's 350?
350.
right here. This is her house. And it all
See
drains,
the red line is the tile that we're talking about. The tile that runs from all the way down here, down and hooks into this thing
Yeah.
underneath the road.
because all of this property where she's at all goes down graded towards the
But they
road.
didn't put a tile in there.
Going from $1.35 to $200.
Across the road right here, they dug a ditch out, and there's only a tile that runs from here over to here. And then they never put one in under here, so all of this floods
How many years they had a problem?
and runs across the road right here.
They did.
Part of this could be that this water is coming this way and can't utilize the red tile, so it's coming out. But this should go into this red tile and come down to Route 1 and go north here. Part of this water will be coming this way, and definitely part of this water would definitely be in the watershed.
I don't think so.
Cause I know it goes, yeah, this goes back here goes downhill. But this orange line here is all,
Dug up at the moment because they're replacing that
it
line.
all washed out.
No, he dug it out. There was a hole there from broken down tile, and when they investigated it, they found the broken tile. It came back up to here, and whoever had hooked that up wrong, so it had to be removed.
Pay for it or pay for it out of the fund?
Yeah, the old tile that didn't.
Who wants it out of the fund?
I did the same thing.
Part of your water does go to the front, but you still get part of this water back here is going to come towards the orange line.
I paid it. I didn't charge them.
So they're gonna dig all of that up?
They want to have they want to have money there so they can keep that jetted open so it keeps working and eventually replace it, yes. But when you get up in here, it's very deep and it's going to be very expensive. So, and everybody in a watershed pays on a watershed, even if you're at the bottom of it or if you're all the way at the top. Unfortunately, even if it doesn't necessarily benefit you. I pay on 2 different ditches over by Upland. I'm 25 feet above one and 40 feet above the other. There's no way that I get
Line
benefit.
evaporates.
My water goes that way, so I have to pay off.
Chippy ditch.
I'm on Walnut Creek is what
He's on
I'm.
Walnut Creek, which is back where Edna, over where Edna lives. Grandpa Grace.
So hopefully that helped a little bit.
Thank you. Any other public comments?
My name's David Burns. My son, I'm representing him because he's working today, but he lives at 3394 East 200 North. He's been there about 15 years. At the time he bought the house, nobody had said anything about water problems. I have since, with the problems we've got, I've taken pictures of all of the problems that the water standing, it looks like a lake in front of their houses on the sides of the 3 or 4 houses that are down through there. Year and a half ago, I got an excavator. I went out and dug his yard up, went down to that cement tile. I put a 6-inch clean out in his backyard. Friend of mine that lives in Muncie does this for a living, drain cleaning. He brought his jetter up. We went down it. We only got about 150 feet and it stopped. Troy lives next to him, did the same thing. Going to the east, it stopped. It's about a 8 or 10 inch cement tile that's down through there. When we came to him once before, the surveyor, he gave me a blueprint of everything, how it was all laid out, what the tile, how it goes down through there, where it started, when it went into that ditch.
Okay.
At that time, it was like nobody could give us an answer, who's responsible. He didn't, my son didn't give is the county responsible for it? Who's responsible to take care of the ditch if it breaks down?
At that time, it was the individuals. It was put in as a private drain. So it was the individual's responsibilities to take care of it down to where it hooked into the Jesse Tippy. The intent of this is to hook it with the Jesse Tippy and use the combination fund to keep that jetted and open until there's money to replace it going to the west from the Jesse Tippy.
So is it open now? We've not had a lot of rain to really determine is it.
To our understanding, yes, at the moment. We've been in there with a jetter and went in at different locations and got it open.
So it's open from the where the plug is back to the west, I guess, where it starts and goes east to the ditch.
Which house were we at?
This is
15 years.
She's been living there 50 years.
There's the road that goes north off
That's
the 2.
300. Jason, my son would live right here.
Oh, really?
Back here, I thought there was a plug.
There was a blockage
Probably not.
in here. They got it opened up.
Some of them don't.
Came down, they found something in here, thought they were stuck, came back the next day and it had opened up.
Not if it's the original farmhouse.
Over here, got the department involved.
Definitely
They got all
not.
excited.
This is where the tippy ditch is, right
The
here.
blue is the tippy.
Yes.
That's where it empties. There's also a combination of a surface drain and tile drain that comes from here that also hooks into it. After our investigation, these two were hooked together into a 24 that we were unaware of. This one is a private drain, and the intent of this hearing is to hook the private drain with the regulated drain and keep it all one so that the funds that come in can work on this thing.
So where do the funds come from?
2 more.
Yes.
Taxes each spring and fall, there'll be a ditch assessment on the taxes, and that'll go into a fund. And this will be the only ditch that fund can be used on.
So then basically, once they get there, they're gonna have to wait till those funds are there before they do any repair on that?
There's a little
Major repair. Yes.
Generally, the board will spend sometimes up to the amount of 1 year's collection. It would spend next year's money this year, knowing that they're gonna get next year's money. So if there was a problem and they needed money spent on it, they could spend up to that much to get it open. But that would be the amount.
So
We don't borrow money to work on a ditch.
as far as the homeowners right now, what are they gonna be responsible for anything? I mean,
It'd be $200 a year.
$200 a year
on their
on their taxes.
Property tax.
property tax.
Yes. And that would go into this fund, and it would just be spent on this ditch. It may be spent in the field, on the farm field tile, if there's a problem out there, that money could be spent there. But then in turn, the farmer's money could be spent on the homeowner's line, getting it opened also. So I mean, it's give or take. We had a regulated ditch into the farmer's field, and we're combining the private tile, so that the private tile has a fund to work on.
Do you know why Glenn has got his machinery down there then,
It's hooking
working
that,
on stuff?
he's going to help hook everything together in there. He's already donated time and material. He's not charging the county for the time or the material to work in there.
Short Carter, I have a question. Is he charging the landowners?
No.
No, Glenn's not.
Huh, okay.
He's,
I must have been told wrong.
the fund that is available on the Jesse Tippy has been all paid by the farm ground. There hasn't been any money collected from the homeowners for that fund. They weren't on the assessment roll until this combination will put them on the assessment roll.
What'd you hear, Troy, that he was charging you guys?
That's why we have to pay
understanding-
the money for second.
From what I was told, these people, the one next door, and my friend that lives down, he had to work today too, his name's Brady. He lives on this side of the creek where I live. Was told that he would be charged X amount of money, and that it was no big rush for him to pay Mr. Glenn. This is what Mr. Glenn told him to his face, that he could pay him back when he could afford to pay him back.
To
But,
our knowledge, that's not what we've been told.
okay. I'm happy.
So if you get a bill from him, let us know.
I won't get a bill from him.
Huh?
If I do, I won't pay it.
I know, but let us know.
I will. I'll call you on your cell phone.
Of these 13 houses, when were they built? And the one lady's she's been there 50 years.
Hers is the original farmhouse to that property.
It's over 100
It's over
years
100 years old.
What year was the bill?
What other
I'm
houses
not
in there?
exact, I
I
can't
believe
tell
mine
you,
was
my
like
dad's
64,
deceased.
65, somewhere in that area.
Mid-60s probably, most of them.
How many of it's got trees and shrubs all on the property around the
Around the back.
There's not a whole lot on hers, and the ones in the back are back towards the farther back, cause we've got some of them
Does it
down.
show trees, Raymond?
So,
More towards the far end.
you mind?
No?
Nope, next.
So to answer your question, to be fair, some of these houses have been sold prior, so you have new homeowners that are coming in and buying them, and there is a tree line that goes all the way down. We are working on cleaning it. We have two different farmers. We have the Blends on one side, I butt up to the Atchisons. So when you go to do some work, they are very set in their ways. I can't really speak on Blend, but I know the Atchisons are. So when we are trying to clean up the line to keep that ditch that we are working on now cleaned out, it's kind of hard. But I know that my house was built in 1962, and then all along, and we've all but two houses were on this tippy ditch. They just haven't been collecting funds for this ditch. Just aware, you have had tippy ditch on your taxes. There just hasn't been any funds collected for this ditch. My house and the house next to me has not been, but I am added to the assessment roll just to make that clarified. But there is a tree line, to be frank, there is one going all the way down. I know me and my neighbor have been trying very hard at cleaning it up to keep it open because I have a clean out on my property, and then there's two that don't, and then one I believe is your son that has the next clean out that has been blown out. But for tree line wise, to answer your question, yes. But there are new homeowners, so we weren't aware of these issues when we buy it because, you know, you buy in the summer when everything's dry.
Yeah.
And then you get into water and, well, yeah, that's what happened. So then we were underwater for a very long time. I just want to say thank you for like looking over this. I know it's been a process for a while, and I appreciate everything you guys have thought and all the work and hard work you guys have done. So.
Okay.
Probably what should have been done, and you should have been charged, not you, or whoever owned it, should have been charged all the time.
Years
Correct.
ago.
I agree. I wholeheartedly agree with
You
you.
got free, all free for how many years? Maybe.
I never got free. I have had issues since I bought the house.
But the other guys, if you bought it
I
off,
think when it was originated, it was supposed to be a housing addition, and then it just stopped. And so then the maintenance just kind of went up in the air and nobody knew what was going on. And
Everybody was on their own.
everybody was on their own. So I just appreciate you guys letting us all be collective and helping us with the drainage, so.
I would like to clarify that the people have been on the Jesse Tippie assessment roll, but the tile has not been part of the tile that we were going to work on. It was only covered the Jesse Tippie tile.
Yes, thank you.
That's
Sorry, I
what we're
didn't
doing,
clarify
is
that.
We're adding
We're adding this
Yes.
time.
private tiles in.
Yes, sorry, I didn't.
to hopefully keep it open. Because at the current time, if that tile plugs up, the fund's not there to work on that tile.
Right,
But after this, it should be, hopefully.
I appreciate you guys.
Thank you. Any other comments? Board have any comments? Questions?
I have a question.
Yes?
If this is benefiting Glenn, then why do we have to pay?
Because you're in the watershed.
It's his watershed too, is he gonna have?
He's paying.
Is he?
Yeah, everybody in the watershed pays.
The previous assessment was $1.85 an acre or $1.85 a home site. The new proposal is $200 per home site and $10 per acre. So Glenn is going to be paying around $2,600 a year is what he will be paying.
And the home site's
They
uncollected.
intended to put a housing addition behind,
Mhm.
and they didn't complete it. They were gonna come up my driveway
Okay.
and make a driveway into the back, so, I mean, he's been there, Sam Glenn has been there longer than I have, and I've been there almost 50 years.
They've been paying on the tile, it's just that your tile wasn't covered under the maintenance. We couldn't legally work on your tile because,
Why didn't the county, take care of that when they sold that addition? When he sold that property off, and none of us out there knew that there was a tile.
that comes into the landowners, not the county's responsibility to outlook everybody's property throughout the whole county.
Yeah.
I mean, we can't watch every development.
And the drainage board is not responsible for private drains. Only county drains that are
Regulated.
regulated.
Court order. I don't think I have an answer that you're gonna be happy with.
Which just that, she's on Social Security, she's on a limited income, and that's a lot of money.
Yeah, we understand that.
That's a lot of money.
We understand if it had more forethought when it was done, it would already have a maintenance on it and it would already be upgraded and wouldn't need this increase. But it wasn't.
Well, my husband died 7 years ago, so I'm on a very limited income, and that's gonna hurt me.
We are sorry about that, but you're not the only one that has been
but I don't have any flooding on my property.
That's always a problem with the ditch. One person has no problem, your neighbor does, so.
Here, let me see if I can do this. If I can determine that her house goes to the north and doesn't drain into this, can I knock her parcel down to a parcel expense instead of a
Probably.
homeowner expense?
If it can be determined.
If I can determine that your house is going north, and we can change you on the assessment roll to just be charged a parcel, which would make it $100 a month, or $100 a year instead of $200. So I'll come out in the next week and check out your house and look at that lay of the ground there more, and if I can get your house off of it, then we'll knock it down to $100 a year instead of the $200.
I'm almost certain that all of her perimeter drain for her house is all tied in with her.
Yeah, but the acre part that she has behind her house goes to,
Yeah,
so.
I understand that.
I'll come out and look at it, if we can get the house on, there's a parcel instead of her house.
I know these kids. Okay.
Do we ask a question, do they have leach fields? Did we ask that question?
No.
Okay.
Those are things for comments.
Any other questions, comments, concerns? I reckon we're ready for a vote. All in favor of,
Need a motion.
we already have a motion, don't we?
No.
No, okay, I guess, yeah.
You're right.
Make them, I'll entertain a motion this time.
You make it.
You got the rates?
I don't have the rates. This is what was advertised?
Yep.
Okay. I'll make a motion that we pass the rates as advertised, that is $10 per acre, $200 per home site, or $100 per parcel.
$10 an acre.
And add this private tile onto maintenance.
$100, 200 a home site, right?
Right,
$10 an acre,
right.
$100 a parcel.
$100 a parcel.
So if the parcel is empty, it would.
No parcels. Do I have a second?
Second.
It's moved and seconded, we accept this proposal as advertised. All in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed, same sign. Rate carries. Proposal carries. Do I have any other business this time?
Unless you want to discuss things.
You got things in Winnebago for us that you're working on?
Every which direction. I went to Van Buren yesterday to follow it up to go to Sims.
It seems under control.
Okay.
Or that just what we just did?
Entertain a motion to,
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
been moved to adjourn,
Second.
seconded by, moved by Pat, seconded by Gordon. All in favor of adjourning, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed, same sign.
There's the,
Thank you.
that's what we,
Anybody know how to turn that off? You hit the X button.
we're just, last week I brought up the one on Hope Road.
Here, sign is Pat.
We're gonna have the same problem there down the road. Of course, I think,
Yeah.
didn't Raymond say they've not contacted them, anything that's been done there?
Kirby's stepdad hold our surveys day.
Take a hammer to it.
Yeah.
In the meeting for all.